and welcome back. Today I'm going to share all of the books that I got this month. This is only some of them. Got a book of the month box. I'm going to unbox my book haul for July. If you're new here, welcome. I am Tara Swiger. Here on this channel I have a new video every Monday and Wednesday at least, and on Wednesdays is an episode of my podcast, Explore Your Enthusiasm, where I help you build your small creative business. And on Mondays I share a little bit behind the scenes of how I am running my business. Sometimes it's travel vlogs, sometimes it's reading vlogs, sometimes it is cool stuff I just got. Like books. Books are really the only cool stuff I ever get. Let's start with the book of the month box. So I've got it here in my lap, and I already cut it open, but I haven't looked inside yet. I mean, I know what I ordered because with book of the month, they give you 5 to 6 books and you pick, and I had some extra credits. So, oh my gosh, this is crazy. This is crazy. I got this last month as well. A book of the month BFF card. Thank you so much for being one of our best customers. And a tote bag. I did not expect this in this package. So it's got a book pocket at the front. It's got a square bottom. And it says book of the month over here. I actually got one of these last month. I think it might be a mistake that they sent me two, but I love these bags. I've been using the other one for my library bag because I can fit, so far, 20 books in one bag, which is insane. So I'm happy to have two. With the toddlers, I am always having a bag with me. So that is very exciting. Books I got this month from Book of the Month are Beasts of Extraordinary Circumstances and Lock Every Door. Now I picked these because I wanted to read these. This is a brand new book, and this one has been out for a while. I had extra credits, so you can get, with your Book of the Month credits, past books of the month or past reader favorites, and that's how I got this one. I chose this one in part because I'm doing the reading rush the 22nd through the 28th, and one of the challenges is to read a book where there's a non-human main character. The main character, Waylon, I'm gonna guess how you say it, Waylon Gray, was raised by wolves, and he has a pet pig named Merlin. So I'm looking forward to reading that during the reading rush. It is 346 pages, so a pretty good size to read during a readathon, maybe a little big, but Beasts of Extraordinary Circumstances, I should be reading that this month in July. So the next book is Lock Every Door, which is like a mystery thriller, edge of your seat kind of book. I got it because I wanted to read it, but then I realized that the cover is purple, and that's another one of the reading rush challenges that I was having a very hard time finding. You might have noticed I hardly ever do book haul videos, and the reason is I hardly ever buy books. I use my library to read 90 to 95% of what I read. I might buy something on my Kindle when it's like 99 cents, but I also even use my library to get Kindle books. However, this month I did Book of the Month, which I often do. I will share the link below for Book of the Month in case you're interested in getting started. If you get started with my link, I think you save a couple of dollars, but I'll put it below. So my Book of the Month, I've really recently loved my Book of the Month picks. Recursion is right here by Blake Crouch. I love that I can get books I really want for that are brand new for inexpensive. It's just $9.99 a month, and new books are, $25, $30. So that's why I got Book of the Month, which is something I do almost every month. But then I met my mom for coffee. She got a notice that Saturday only you could pay a penny per page of a book. So I had to go to Books A Million and use it. It ends up she wasn't actually a member, so I opened a membership to get this deal, and so I think I might be going to Books A Million to buy more books. I got Elizabeth Gilbert's City of Girls. The reason I picked this book is it has been on my list to read. I'm in line, like number 11 in line to read it from my library, so it'll be months before I get to read it. It actually came out on my birthday. It came out on June 3rd, so I've been waiting for it. I love Elizabeth Gilbert. I love her last novel, which was Signature of All Things. It was absolutely beautiful. I know you probably best know her for Eat, Pray, Love. That's a memoir. Her fiction is really beautifully written. Everything about this story appeals to me. The cover appeals to me. So I have high hopes for City of Girls. And I got it for like $4 instead of 25, which I'm super proud of. While I was at Books A Million though, I kind of fell down a hole. And that was looking at the books that were buy two, get the third one free. And I got some books that had been on my list for a while. I'd looked for these at the used bookstore and hadn't been able to find them, so I bought them new. One is Victoria Schwab's A Darker Shade of Magic. I've actually gotten this book twice from the library, but I had other library books waiting for me, so I didn't read it then. I'm going to be reading it in August. It's a story of a world where there are 4 Londons, like in parallel, and the different Londons have different kind of levels of magic, and only one guy can move in between the Londons. I got about a chapter and a half in the last time I got it from the library, and in June I read Victoria Schwab's book Vengeance, which is the second in a series that started with Vicious, and I love those 2 books so much. I was just reminded of how much I want to read her other work, but because it's kind of hard to get at the library, you have to get in line. It's like I just need to buy it so that I have it. A Darker Shade of Magic. This is book 1 in a 3-book series. Found this book and it was buy 2 get 1 free. So I was like, well, I gotta find a second book so I can get a third book for free. And that is when I saw Carolyn Kepnes's You. Now I'm gonna do something I very rarely do, which is I found a book via a TV show, watch the TV show first, and then go back to read the book. I very rarely do that. If a movie comes out or a TV show comes out based on a book, I typically read the book first. Either I've already read it and I'm looking forward to the adaptation, or I think, okay, it's time to read that, and I read it before the adaptation. I'll be completely honest with you, I did not know this was based on a book when I watched the show. It was a Lifetime show, but I actually watched it on Netflix. It is so good. If you haven't watched it, you need to go watch it now. It is creepy, it is thrillery, it's not horror-y, there's no slashery. It's less violent than like SVU, but it is creepy. But it has Penn Badgley in it, and it has John Stamos, which, I mean, if those aren't 2 reasons to watch a TV show, I don't even know what you're doing. But You is about a guy who runs a bookstore, so you know it's already up my alley, who gets obsessed with women who comes into his bookstore. And he is, in the show, they do an amazing job of writing him like a feminist ally, that is still though operating with the patriarchal view that he can save women, and the way that they play with that in the show, I think it has to be in the novel. I'll be shocked if they wrote it in the show and it's not in the novel, and I imagine that the novel can go even deeper in that way. So when I bought Darker Shade of Magic and You, the third book I got for free was John Scalzi's Collapsing Empire. And I got that for Jay. He loves the John Scalzi Old Man's War series. We actually own them. They're back here. And that's the third book I got for free. I don't have it here because he took it back to the bedroom to read. Now, that was a Books A Million. This was like I was surrounded by books and distracted. I saw Almost Sisters by Jocelyn Jackson. This has been on my list to read for a while because I've read some of other Jocelyn Jackson books and I liked them pretty well. I have to check my Goodreads, but I think I gave 2 of her novels like 4 or 5 stars, and then one I didn't like it as much, so I kind of stopped reading her stuff at my library. But I saw this, it's a signed first edition, and it was $6 at Books A Million. So I thought, I'll buy it for $6 because I can always take it to the used bookstore and get credit to buy another book if I don't love it and want to keep it. Are all my mom's fault because she had that penny a page coupon at Books A Million. The following 2 books are because I found a new place to get books for very inexpensive. It's called Book Depository. It's actually in the UK. If you're in the UK, you want to use Book Depository. If you're in the US, use Book Outlet. They both work the same way. I'm going to open this as I talk. And that's that they have returned books, like books that the publisher couldn't sell, or that were mistakes in some way, or were returns. They're not used books, they're new books, but they've been decided that they were unsellable by the publisher in some way. So Books, Book Depository and Book Outlet gets them and then sells them for extremely, extremely inexpensive. I got from the Book Depository, which I bought from the Book Depository. It's in the UK, which means I got the UK cover because it had free shipping and it was actually less expensive than buying it from a place in the US, but it meant I had to wait about 6 weeks. Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. Isn't that beautiful? It's a UK Penguin English Library edition, which I love. It's got a UK price on it of $5.99, a Canadian price of $12, so it'd probably be 13 or 14 US, and I got it for $7. It's just a paperback Sense and Sensibility. I'm reading this in the reading rush, and as the author's first book and as a TV and book adaptation, and it's so pretty. You know what? I was just looking to see what the problem was with it. It's slightly offset, like there's a slight printer problem. So I'm gonna hold it. Do you see how this is slightly, it doesn't affect the reading at all, but it's just slightly, a little bit slanted. It's like slightly not perfect. So, and I think it's just the first couple pages that are like that. I don't notice it deeper in, but it's completely readable. This, forgot this was in here, kids book that our last, so we read books to our kids when they're with us, our foster kiddos when they're with us each night, and invariably they develop favorites. And when they get reunited with their family, we send their favorite books with them, which means I have to rebuy kid books for my library. This is one that we absolutely loved and that our honey loved, and she just, it's by Emily Martin. It's called The Wonderful Things You Will Be. It's got beautiful art. And I just really want it in my library forever. I mean, pretty much without explanation, we have two siblings with us now, a 2.5 and a 3.5-year-old, and that's it for this month's book haul. I got a ridiculous number of books. I look forward to reading them. Some of them this month. I should get them knocked out this month, and some in August. I don't like to buy books, have them on my shelf forever unread, even though I have quite a few unread over here. So let me know, what did you get this month, and do you like seeing the books that I bought this month? Tell me below in the comments. If you enjoy it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment to tell me if you want to see more of this, and I'd be happy to show you both what I get at the bookstores and when I go on adventuring in bookstores in other cities. Have a great week and day.